everyone, this is my review of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 9, called Broken Promises. And basically what this episode is about is that as Coulson and May's relationship sort of grows closer, Coulson remains unaware of the sort of dark secrets that May is hiding under the surface. And while that's going on, Ada sort of continues on her quest to do whatever it takes to get a hold of the Darkhold. And this was a really interesting episode that had some really kind of surprising moments to it and had a really great sort of like twist ending at the end of this episode. And I really love the whole idea of having like Ada sort of as this like main enemy of this like rest of the season maybe. And like everything around that with like her sort of like becoming more and more almost like human because of the power that the Darkhold sort of gave to her. And I just enjoyed like seeing her sort of like rise above like her basic controls and like powers and all that, and like understanding more like human emotions and stuff like that, and just like seeing her sort of like become like this master sort of like controller over like all technology was just really, really cool. And I loved in this episode how they had like the moments where like Mac made like all the references to like different like movies and stuff, where they had like the classic theme of like technology like growing so advanced that it rises up and like attacks humans and stuff like that, and him making like all these different movie references to when moments like that happened in this episode. And I just especially love the moment when he brings up the fact that in his like life insurance plan or like stuff like that, he has it set up for if robots rise up and like kill him, like all the money will go to his brother and stuff because of that. And that was just a really funny moment that he's so stressed out about the fact that he believes that this is going to happen, that he has it written into basically his will and stuff that if it happens then do this, this, and this. And that I just really kind of enjoyed that that little moment came out, because that's not really something people think about. And then all the moments of May in this episode were really cool, especially like the moments between her and Coulson. And I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with that relationship with her and Coulson once the truth comes out about what actually is going on with May. And I found it very interesting like how no one seemed to spot or notice the possibility of May being at Dr. Radcliffe's house when they went there to go and collect Ada, or seemed to really question her about like what went on when they found the bodies of all the other agents. They didn't like go back to the base and question May about like what really happened when they found, like I said, found the bodies of all the other agents. They just didn't like have a moment of that being like, hey, what actually happened here? Or just anything like that. Or I found it kind of odd how Coulson didn't seem to notice when Ada shut May off. And I know they kind of played it off like maybe when Ada knocked Coulson aside, she knocked him unconscious or something like that, I think is what they were trying to play it off as, but it didn't quite seem that way based on what they showed. It seemed like he like got knocked back and stuff and then was like trying to get up. And I felt like he should have noticed that moment when Ada shut May off. But he didn't, and that moment didn't really happen. So that kind of felt odd to me. Then the moments with the director and Daisy in this episode were really kind of cool with their whole like side mission that they went on. But I definitely do wish that that mission would have gone a little bit better than how it eventually turned out. But like the director said to Simmons, who was also on the mission, that they gave everyone their ability to choose what they wanted to do, and they had to stick to that choice and not try and force someone to do something that they didn't want to. And and the person that they were trying to help in this episode eventually chose basically like the wrong decision. So like I said, I wish things would have turned out better, because it kind of would have been cool to see a bit more of him. But I guess, oh well. And I really love the moment when Fitz sort of brings up to Dr. Radcliffe about the fact that the Darkhold gave Ada like emotions basically. I found that really kind of cool that he like brought up like the fact that maybe the reason Ada's acting up is because the fact that she's been flooded with all these emotions all at once and is trying to learn how to like understand them all at once, and that's what's causing her to sort of like freak out. And I found that kind of cool and really kind of interesting. And then with what they were kind of showing off as the potential like ending of this episode, if that would have been like the true ending of this episode, I would have been left really, really disappointed because of like all this build up that they were doing for how it kind of showed like the agents believing that everything ended off with. But then like that twist that they showed in like the last 5 minutes of this episode left me super excited to see what's going to happen next. And it also left me slightly disappointed because I really was like liking Dr. Radcliffe around and seeing him like do all his stuff. But still, I'm so excited to see what will happen next. So like overall this was like such a great episode and I'm so excited. And just yeah, that's my review of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 9, called Broken Promises. So, yeah. Bye!